Yes, before I start this episode of Epic Island Battle Tournament, I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Speedy the Hedgehog for the animation you will witness after the analysis. So big shout out to Speedy the Hedgehog. Go subscribe to his channel. There'll be a link in the description below. On to business. Hello and welcome, ladies, gentlemen, viewers from all around the world and all freaking ages. Welcome to the next episode of Epic Island Battle Tournament. Today we got Jason Lee Scott, aka the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger himself, versus Ryu's red gi wearing friend, Ken Masters. Well, all that being said, without further ado, let's get down to business. So I say we start off with Jason himself, the Red Ranger. I say we do this right, start off with him and how he is without the suit on, then I'll tell you a little bit about him with the suit on. Starting with this, obviously Jason Lee Scott is an expert martial artist, very well trained in martial arts, hand-to-hand combat. Heck, without the suit on, he was able to go toe-to-toe with Tommy Oliver in a sparring competition. And as we all know, he is the leader of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, folks. Now Jason, without the suit on, wears something that looks similar to a watch that all Rangers do actually wear. It's actually a communicator device, and it also allows them to teleport, and they do wear this without the suit being on. So now I think we move on down the line, folks, to Jason with the Ranger suit on. Starting with the obvious, Rangers with their suits on can easily, keep in mind, easily lift 800 pounds over their head, quite easily. Some of his arsenal involves and includes his blade blaster and his power sword, folks. He has a laser pistol that he can use that can blow up an entire street, an entire long, lengthy street, and his lasers that he fires from this pistol are moving at light speed, folks. He's able to take on multiple foes and enemies at once by himself. Durable enough with the suit on to take laser fire comparable to his own laser pistol, and is durable enough to take explosions comparable to grenades. Now Jason, also with the suit on, is able to move fast enough to catch bullets, and heck, with the suit on, he's even reacted and dodged lasers before, these lasers moving at light speed. So as far as his reaction speed, he's looking pretty good. And when all else fails, folks, he can summon the Tyrannosaurus Dino Zord. Now this Tyrannosaurus Dino Zord can easily take down a large building, and is very durable, able to take the same amount of punishment that it can dish out. So altogether, folks, Jason Lee Scott is the leader of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Without the suit on, he has the body of an Olympic gymnast, meaning peak physical condition. He's an expert martial artist, can take on multiple foes at once. With the suit on, he can easily lift 800 pounds over his head. He has this laser pistol that can shoot lasers that can destroy an entire street. He's durable enough to take grenade explosions and laser fire comparable to his own laser pistol. Fast enough to catch bullets and dodge lasers. He has his power sword, and he can summon his Tyrannosaurus Rex Dino Zord, which is at the very least a building level robot. So I say we move on down the line to Ken Masters himself. You know, Ken, the red gi wearing badass trained by Goken himself, good friends with Ryu. Well, you might be thinking and saying, well, Corin, we already know who trained this badass, but what can he actually do? Well, folks, I'm about to tell you. Starting with the obvious, him himself, at this point, yes, is an expert martial artist. An expert martial artist, indeed, folks. He can use ki energy to perform the move known as the Hadoken, which is proven to be slightly weaker than Ryu's Hadoken. Slightly weaker. However, these Hadokens do move at hypersonic speed, and Ken can actually react and dodge them as well, meaning he can react and dodge hypersonic speed moving attacks and objects. His Shoryuken is actually more horizontal than Ryu's. That being said, it actually is slightly weaker than Ryu's. Let me put it to you this way. Ken is very relative to Ryu as far as stats, but he is slightly below him as far as stats. Ken also has his super and his ultra combos, folks. Back to his Hadoken for a moment, folks. His Hadoken can destroy a large boulder when fired at it. Heck, there's even a Violent Ken. Violent Ken, basically an alternate Ken when he was brainwashed by M. Bison, folks, which is actually my favorite Street Fighter character, M. Bison. Speaking of M. Bison, Ken has actually went up against M. Bison before and actually managed to put hands on him a couple times. Now, Violent Ken is obviously more aggressive than your regular good guy Ken. More aggressive, more violent, more ruthless, a little more potent, more on par with Ryu as Violent Ken, a little more on par with Ryu. Ken can easily one-shot Dan Hibiki, quite easily. So altogether, folks, Ken is an expert martial artist in his life at this point, trained by Goken, good friends with Ryu, can use Ki energy, which can fire a Hadoken, which moves at hypersonic speeds. He can react and also dodge these Hadokens, which means he can dodge hypersonic moving speed attacks. He has his Shoryuken. He has his super and his ultra combo attacks. He's went up against M. Bison. He can one-shot Dan Hibiki. And he even has Violent Ken, which is a lot more aggressive than regular good guy Ken. But with all this being said, with all this at his disposal, does Ken have what it takes to take on Jason himself? Well, folks, let's go ahead and find out. And it looks like Jason Lee Scott himself won this episode of Epic Island Battle Tournament. But before I tell you why, I want to give another big shout out and big thanks to Speedy the Hedgehog for that incredible animation you witnessed. So shout out to Speedy the Hedgehog. There will be a link in the description below. Go check out his channel, show some support. On to business. So yeah, reasons why the Red Ranger won. See, really, technically, if you break it down, the only advantage individually that Ken has over the Ranger is actual power output. Due to his ki, him being able to blow up large boulders, stuff like that. So all around, that really is the only advantage Ken has, is the power, because the Red Ranger, just like Ken, is an expert martial artist, even without the suit. With the suit, he can easily match and go beyond Ken's speed. He's more physical as far as lifting strength with the suit on. And the Ranger himself has a wider range of arsenal. He has a wide arsenal he can use, folks. He has his sword, his laser pistol. He even has his communicator device that can allow him to teleport if needed. And as I mentioned, when all else fails, he can actually summon, at the very least, a building level robot, the Tyrannosaurus Rex Dino Zord, for extra attack potency and defense. So all that being said, Ken is going to put up a heck of a fight. But at the end of the day, due to the Red Ranger's arsenal, his endurance, his durability, his all-around stats, speed, his Zord, he does outclass Ken in many categories, and he has more ways to take down Ken than Ken does to take down him. So the winner of this Epic Island Battle Tournament round is Jason Lee Scott, the Red Mighty Morphin Power Ranger. Hope you enjoyed it for what it actually was. Stay tuned later. I'll be releasing the trailer to the next fight. As always, have a great one. Peace.